Hey guys, Trevor M here, and today I want to do a little bit of a different type of video. Now normally I do guitar and bass tutorials. You can see those over on my page, not quite Jack White, but today I wanted to go through some of the best budget guitars that I've found on the used market recently. I want to show you my top 10 guitars, and I'll tell you why I think they're a great deal. And these are guitars that you can find online right now. So I'll drop the links down in the description to each of the guitars that I'm talking about today. And I have to preface this by saying I sincerely apologize if they're sold by the time you watch this video. Also wanted to just have a quick mention. I'm going to be mentioning a lot of websites in this video. Reverb, Sweetwater, different things like that. Long and McQuaid up here in Canada. And I just wanted to tell you that I am not endorsed or sponsored by any of these companies. I wanted to share some of the best deals I could find on the used market today, along with tell you why I think they're such good deals. So let's jump to it right away. Here it goes. Alright guys, so the first guitar that I wanted to look at is one that I originally found on a website called Virage Sale, but it's actually also posted on Kijiji, so I'll show you that one first. So when I was first looking at Virage Sale, basically I saw this Kirk Hammett ESP LTD MH-250, and now normally that's not really a high-end guitar. Retails for about $300 USD. I believe it's discontinued now even, but basically what stuck out to me was that this guitar comes with upgraded pickups. These are really great pickups. Kirk Hammett Bone Breaker EMG pickups. Now I knew that this was a mod and upgrade, but I didn't really know what these pickups were worth. So upon Googling it, of course I came here, Long and McQuaid in Canada. It's basically like our guitar center up here. It has a lot of selection, usually the best prices, and a lot of products. Anyway, I found the Kirk Hammett Bone Breaker signature pickup set in black, and it's currently priced at $266 Canadian. So doing the conversion, it's about $195 US. So that's a great deal. Getting a $200 plus set of pickups in this guitar that this person's including. It's actually out of stock right now here at Long & McQuaid. The website, it takes 35 business days to come in. So if we were to go back to this guitar here and just have a look at it, what's it going for? He's asking for $500 or best offer. So you're getting a $200 set of pickups in a $500 guitar. Plus, you could actually maybe make another offer. Maybe you could go like $50 less or something like that. So when I'm looking at used guitars, one of the number one things that I would look at is whether or not the guitar has been modified in a good way, of course. Now this isn't speaking to the sound or the quality of the guitar at all. I haven't really had a chance to look at this in person or anything like that, but basically what really jumped out at me right away was the Kirk Hammett from Metallica Bone Breaker pickups. $200 set. He's asking for $500 or best offer, which means, you know, that's a great deal already built in. And then from there, of course, you could go check it out, listen to it, see if it's the kind of sound you're looking for. But I always kind of look for mods or upgrades in a guitar, because normally those aren't reflected into a used price. Somebody can put a lot of money into a used guitar and then they aren't necessarily able to sell it at that upgraded price. Who knows, or if this person would get bites at 700 or not. So, you know, 500 Canadian seems pretty fair, and this looks like a fantastic guitar. Really new lacquer, looks good. Comes with the box, the pickups came in. Just really great guitar here. The next guitar I wanted to have a look at is this Schecter Omen 6 Mean Green. Now this is a base level Schecter. There's really nothing too crazy or special about it other than the color. The finish looks really cool on this guitar. It's kind of like a lime neon green, and it really kind of popped out at me as being an interesting one. Pretty basic, you know, looks like stock pickups, regular toggle switch, volume knobs, string through body kind of design. But again, unique finishes kind of pop out to me, and this one definitely did. Then I went into it and took a look at the price, and this is on Sweetwater, another good marketplace for buying used gear. Again, I don't work for them. I don't this isn't sponsored, nothing like that. Just a website where you can find good gear, fair prices, and this is $100 US, plus they're giving you free shipping. So you get this right to your door for $100. I mean, a guitar would have to be pretty bad for you to not be able to play this. So $100, free shipping. And it's even saying that this person is taking offers, accepts offers. So if you wanted, you could even go like $25 or $50 less and just see what they say. Anyway, this was really on the lower end of the price range, but I thought that this one kind of popped out because of the color, and just kind of looks really cool. Mean green, they're calling it. So that's a neat guitar. Definitely one to look into if it's still available. Now, one thing to look out for when you're searching for a used guitar is you definitely want to be able to see as many pictures or see it in person if it's a local pickup as possible. You want to inspect the body for chips and paint flecks. You want to be able to plug it in if you can. Obviously, with an online listing, that's not something you can do, but you want to be able to plug it in if you can. See if any of the pots are scratchy, any if there's loose connections in the input jack or any of the body cavity. You definitely want to be thorough in checking out your guitar and knowing what you're buying before you kind of dive into the used market. One big red flag that I would definitely say would be a no-no for me would be cracks in the neck or the headstock. Cracks in the neck and the headstock can be difficult to repair, very expensive to repair, and they don't always completely solve any intonation issues that broken guitar might have. A hairline crack in the neck can throw off the intonation and the truss rod and even the action of the guitar, and it just, even replaced and filled in, it just might not sound the same. So while, you know, different people have different comfort levels of what they would buy used and what kind of repairs and self-repairs they're capable of doing on their own. For me, that's just the big one, is just cracks in the neck or the headstock. I wouldn't want to be dealing with those. I feel like that's just the big one that would throw off the sound of the guitar for me. But use your own discretion. Make sure you check out the guitar that you're buying. I would preface this by saying these are used guitars, and they might have little nicks and scratches and belt scratches and things here and there. So just make sure to be thorough and make sure you know as much about the guitar you're buying as possible before you jump in and pay for it. Alright guys, the next guitar on my list was this used Danelectro DC59 reissue. Obviously it's a cool sort of classic looking guitar. When you see this, you kind of picture the Beatles, U2, some of that 80s stuff. It's just a really neat looking guitar. It's got the lipstick pickups in there. And what it's got here is a price of $200 USD. Unfortunately, this one here is a local pickup only, and I believe this one is in California. Looks like it's in Mission Valley in California. So you would have to be in that area to pick it up. But again, this is on Sweetwater, and this is another one that the person is accepting offers on. So maybe you could jump in and send them a message and say, hey, maybe we could split the shipping, or get an estimate on shipping if they're willing to send it to you, or even make a lower offer, and maybe you do $150 and you offer to pay for the shipping, something like that. And for $200, man, you're brand new, you're gonna get a lot less value out of a guitar than this. So Danelectro DC59, again, with all of these guitars, I'll throw the links down in the description there, and I really apologize if they're not available by the time you see this video. Hey guys, are you enjoying this video so far? If you are, make sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. I've got lots of great guitar and bass tutorials on there, and I'm going to be bringing you a lot more videos like this as well, where I help you with a buying guide and showing you some of the things I've seen in the marketplace lately, and just giving you a few little tips here and there about buying guitars. I'm really passionate about guitar, obviously, and I think it should be an affordable thing that anyone who wants to jump into should be able to do. So I'm going to help you out with some more videos like this in the future. Subscribe, like, and make sure you comment below and let me know what kind of content you're looking for. Thanks guys so much for watching. Let's keep going, and I'll show you some more guitars I found online lately. Alright guys, I'm going to show you another guitar that I've seen here lately. This is a really cool one because it's a signature guitar, still on Sweetwater on the used gear marketplace. And this here is a Squier J Mascis Jazzmaster. Super cool looking guitar, gold hardware, everything like that. It's got like the soap bar looking pickups, comes with a whammy bar, super cool Jazzmaster look. And it's going for $325 USD. Again, this person's accepting offers. I always use that feature when you're shopping for a new guitar, just because, or sorry, for a used guitar, just because somebody has posted a price, that might be like their wish list price. You can always jump in there, offer them like $50 less, something like that. This one you're gonna have to pay shipping on, so keep that in mind. But you can always kind of make an offer and even try to get a lower price. But I think this is a great price for $325. Looking at the pictures of this guitar, it's got that cool like J Mascis stamp signature on the back. This is crafted in China. It's a Squier. A lot of Squiers are made in Indonesia, Korea, China, so that's common. And the headstock's got that cool font on it. And I just thought this was a really neat guitar. Looking through Google and trying to find the price of this, the one I found was at Long & McQuaid up here in Canada. It's like Guitar Center, and it was going for $699.99. So that's a bit on the higher end for a Squier. I sorted high to low, and that kind of came up in the higher range, especially for a Squier. But it is a signature model, and $699.99, that translates to about $514 US. So I thought that was a really great price, $325 for a 514 guitar. At the least, you could probably get this person down to $300. So you're saving $200 on a signature model guitar. And this one is practically new Jazzmaster. Got it a few months ago and barely played it. Sounds amazing. Wow, I mean, you could save $200 right off the top. And they're shipping it from West Hollywood, California. So I don't know, that's one thing I look for is signature series, especially signature series guitars that are gone or going away or discontinued. Make sure you check those out. A note on signature series guitars. What happens often is artists work with different guitar companies and they develop signature series guitars. When that artist moves from a company to another, obviously those guitars are going to be discontinued, and that's where you can often get great markdown prices. I'm going to do another video later on about intermediate guitars. I'm kind of doing like a budget friendly range right now, but I'm going to do intermediate guitars because I found a great signature series Adrian Smith Jackson guitar, Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden, and it was at a great price. Sounds fantastic, cool looking, great pickups, great for metal tones, and I'm going to include that in the next video, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and you'll see that next video when it comes out. Right now we're looking at this Squier J Mascis Jazzmaster. J Mascis from the classic rock band Dinosaur Jr., so you're going to be able to get some cool fuzzy grunge tones out of this guitar, and at $325 I think it's just a killer deal and you can't really go wrong. Alright guys, the next guitar I'm going to have a look at here is a really cool, unique, modified, pieced together parts caster type guitar, also known as a Frankenstrat sometimes. And this one is on reverb.com. This one jumped out at me because it is mega cheap and it has almost an entirely new build into the body of the guitar. Now it looks like this started out as a Squier Stratocaster. It doesn't say exactly in the listing what type of Strat or Squire Strat it started as, but it does detail a lot of cool new things that the person did to it. So they said they had this Squire Strat from a while ago and they flamed the headstock, sanded off the finish, and redid it with glossy black and a sick gray stripe. You can kind of see the gray stripe right here a little bit. But basically, this is a Squire Strat with way better pickups in it. It looks like all three of the pickups here have been changed into hot rails, which are a lot brighter, a lot meaner, a lot better for hard rock and metal tones. And this just looks like a really cool guitar. Like the listing said, they changed out the headstock, made it look flamed and burnt, new finish, new electronics. This parts caster just looks really, really cool. And the best thing about it was looking at the price, it was going for $127.27 Canadian. So I priced that out. I added in, they were charging for shipping. I added in the shipping price and it turned out to be $145.50 USD with the shipping included. Guys, this looks like an unbelievable value. Just really neat, and I just love the look of this guitar, and I have a feeling with those hot rails in it, it's gotta sound amazing. So, you know, less than $150 for this guitar. I don't think you can get an entry-level guitar better than this. This guitar just screams at me and looks amazing. I bet this would be a lot of fun to play. Alright guys, the next guitar is another one that I found on Reverb. It's another one that's modded, has upgraded pickups in it, which is of course extra value that you're getting for the same money, and it doesn't really increase the value of the guitar on your end. Right here, it's called the ESP SN-200 Black, and it's got upgraded Dragonfire Power Rails X2N style. So this is a decent model. It's kind of a base ESP LTD guitar, but it's got those upgraded pickups in it. And doing some Googling, I found out those pickups go for $78.95 and up on eBay for a set. The price of this guitar is $342 with the shipping and everything. When you add all that in, this price here is Canadian, of course. It says it's predicted to sell soon also. And this person, again, Reverb, just like Sweetwater, a lot of people are open to offers. You could offer this person like $50 or $100 less and see what they say. Open to offers. Nice black finish there. Back looks good. Back plate's on. Nothing missing. Neck looks pretty straight. No cracks. I mean, again, it's a base model guitar, but with those upgraded pickups, this one just looks really cool. And I bet those Dragonfire pickups, they have good reviews. I'm sure this thing sounds unbelievable. Here's a 90s guitar that I came across. This one would be a little bit lower on my list because of the shipping and everything. But it kind of jumped out at me because at first I thought it was a Japanese Ibanez, which are also, you know, of course, really cool and collectible items. They were made in the 90s before they kind of moved a lot of the manufacturing overseas. This is a vintage 1996 Ibanez RX Series Stratocaster, and it just looks like it's in really good condition. Cool, like white on black with the pickguard and everything. Obviously, they're showcasing it very nicely on the graffiti backdrop and all that. But reading the description, black body, white pickguard. It's got the serial number. It's got the exact production year, which is pretty cool. You can Google that. Unfortunately, this is not a Japanese guitar. I thought it was when it first jumped out at me. This one's made in Indonesia. I believe you can see on the headstock here. But, you know, at that price, again, making an offer. The shipping's a bit high, but when I looked at the price, it came out to $332 USD. So you're still in that less than $350 sort of budget range. and you can make an offer. And I think with this one, you could even, inquire about the shipping. Why is the shipping so high? And maybe work with the person on getting that down, or figuring out, a better option, because $240 for Canadian for shipping that's way too much. That seems a little out of whack to me. But anyway, this is a cool Ibanez 90s guitar. Pickups look great, humbuckers, toggle switch. I'm sure this can probably give you some pretty killer metal and hard rock tones. And it's just a really clean, neat looking guitar. Alright guys, so I'm still surfing on Reverb here, but let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite used guitar marketplaces are, and I'll be sure to check them out and give you a shout out. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Subscribe to my channel. I'll have more videos like this in the future, and also a lot more guitar bass and lesson and tutorial videos for you. So again, drop down there, shoot me an email, comment, let me know what songs you're interested in learning. Let's get back to it. I've got another great guitar for you that I found on Reverb. Alright guys, here's the next guitar on my list of used guitar shopping today. I found this Jackson PS1 Performer electric guitar black. What jumped out at me for this one is that they're including this cool sort of vintage looking Ibanez case for it. Obviously it's not going to be the right case, as this is a Jackson guitar. But the case, even though it looks kind of old, it's kind of vintage and kind of cool, and it's adding extra value to this listing. So it's a PS1 Performer. Doing some googling, it kind of looks like a bit of a base model guitar, but with the shipping, it's coming out to $332 USD. And looking at the pictures, we're not seeing any big blemishes or cracks or anything that would be a red flag to me. Seems like a little bit of scratching, belt scratches on the back. But again, another cool, clean black guitar. And to me, adding this case in there, which is probably a value of anywhere from $50 to $120, that makes this $332 US price really worth it for me. This looks like a great used guitar that you could start with, guys. And again, I'll throw the links to all these guitars down in the description there. Jump down there. I'm so sorry if these are sold by the time you see this video, but at least hopefully this will give you some insight into how I look for used guitars and what I'm thinking. So drop down there for the links to this Jackson Performer guitar and all of the guitars that I'm talking about today. Okay guys, the next guitar on my list of used guitars that I would look at and consider buying is this sticker bound guitar here. It's a Kingston 2002 Nostalgia MIK Stratocaster, whatever that is. Seems like a bit of a parts caster to me. If you don't know what a parts caster is, it's basically exactly what it sounds. Another term for it is Frankenstrat, and basically it's a guitar that started out as one guitar and has had multiple parts replaced, and it's just pretty much a completely different looking and maybe even sounding guitar. So this here is a Kingston Stratocaster, parts caster kind of thing. But what stuck out to me was not only the sticker job, which kind of has like a lot of neat 90s references on it. You got Godsmack, and I think the listing says there's NSYNC on there, Parental Advisory, Playboy Bunny, Limp Bizkit, different stickers on there. So it makes the look kind of cool. And the other thing is, if you're into nu metal, this guitar is actually signed. It's signed by Preston Nash from the band Dope. So if you like the band Dope, or you like nu metal in general, this is kind of a weird, like, collectible kind of thing. Again, not an expensive guitar. It's a Kingston, whatever that is, and but everything on it looks kind of neat, and the fact that it's signed is also kind of neat. Again, it's another one that you can make an offer on, and pricing it out, I don't know that I did it, but looking at, so it's $275 Canadian plus 200, almost 200, so it's $475. You know, you'd probably be looking at about, $375, $400 for this guitar USD, and the shipping included. And again, like I said, I always have that make an offer option, but this one kind of just stuck out to me. Not for the sound. These kind of look like cheap parts and thin pickups, but it's really the look for me that kind of looked really punk rock and kind of stuck out for me. So I thought that was a cool listing. This Kingston signed by Preston Nash from Dope. Alright guys, well I know I've spent a lot of time here on reverb.com, but it really is a decent marketplace where you can find cool, unique and modded guitars and not have to pay manufacturers' prices for them. So what I've got here is a Tajima Strat. And if you play these Tajimas and compare them to regular Squire Strats, they're very comparable. They seem to have much better parts than some other guitars in their price range. The neck seems to be a little bit smoother and less rough, like the fret edges don't stick out as much as other cheap guitars in this price range. So this Tajima Strat really kind of popped out to me. I like the look of it. I like that pearl on black kind of pickguard. It reminds me of, frankly, Billy Talent, one of my favorite bands. It kind of looks like the guitars that Ian from Billy Talent plays. So you can look up videos of this guitar Tajima on YouTube. Actually, there's a great channel called 60 Cycle Hum. Again, 60 Cycle Hum. He's got a review of a bunch of Tajima guitars. I would highly recommend checking out that channel. I'll link to it below. Click on that link down there and check out some of his Tajima reviews because they're very well done. They're great, and he shows you the exact sound of these. And frankly, they sound as good as like a Mexican Strat. They sound better than the Squire Bullets for sure, which are sort of in this price range. And these Tajima guitars, they look and sound like they're a little more well built than some of the overseas Strats that you're seeing these days. So anyway, back to the listing. It's a body basswood. It's got a nice maple neck on it. Tajima single coil pickups. Unfortunately, nothing too upgraded or fancy about this one, but it is mint green and tortoiseshell pickguard. And the listing here says this is mint condition. This is a mint condition guitar. It's about the same price as that Kingston that we looked at. You're probably looking at a $375, $400 range. Again, make an offer. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Smash that like button if you have. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be bringing you lots more videos like this where I explore new and used gear and compare some of the deals you can get online. But right now I'm going to show you one more place where you can look for guitars. And usually, sometimes the people selling them don't really know a lot about them, so you can score some great deals. And I'm going to show you a couple of the ones I found on my local Facebook marketplace right now. Alright guys, so now I'm here on my Facebook marketplace. I'm looking at local listings. I'm up here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I'm seeing some cool guitars already. What this is a 2012 Fender Squire Vintage Modified Strat. It's in surf green, which is a super cool, fun color. Beautiful, comes with gig bag, leather strap, all those extras that you usually see, and it's in like new condition. Now, what stuck out about this guitar for me is that it's from Squire's Vintage Modified Series. Now, if you don't know, the Vintage Modified Series is being discontinued. Right now, 2020, these are last year's guitars. They discontinued this line in 2019, and so now if you're seeing them out in the market, it's the retailers marking down prices and getting rid of them, actually, which is really too bad because these are amazing guitars. They sound fantastic. They sound just as good as Mexican Fenders, to be quite honest, and I really think that they hit the nail on the head with this line. And frankly, I think Fender might have realized that they were a little too good a quality, and in my opinion, that's why they're being discontinued now. But you've probably seen in some of my videos, I'm playing a Squire Vintage Modified Super 77 bass in amber. It's a beautiful bass. My wonderful wife got it for me as a surprise Christmas present. It was so sweet of her. It was amazing. I absolutely love this bass, and it sounds fantastic. I've compared it to American jazz basses, other Squire basses. Mine sounds awesome. These vintage modified models were unbelievable. So I'm going to look at this one right here. This is a guitar. It's a Strat style. So you know, maybe that body doesn't really jump out at you, but the surf green finish, I don't think these pictures are doing it justice. It's a really neat, unique finish, and this is going for $295 Canadian. $295. Of course, with Facebook, you can always make offers on things, but wow, for $295, this is just unbelievable. I'm seeing a lot of vintage modifieds already going for $400, $500, $600 once they're off the market. And guys, they're going to become increasingly more rare and rare as we get further from, you know, the retailers discontinuing them and marking them down. So this is a Squire vintage modified Strat. $300, unbelievable deal. You're getting a lot better Strat than a standard Squire, and you get the bag, the strap, everything. And again, maybe you could even offer like $50 less and go pick it up from this person. But I'm telling you guys, these vintage modifieds, they're going to become real collector's items, because not only they look great, and especially this one in that cool surf green, but they sound unbelievable as well. Real quick, while I'm on the topic of the vintage modified series, I just came across this Squire vintage modified Jaguar bass. The listing says 75, but that's referring to an amp that's here with it. This one's going for $185, and it says right in the listing, new, it was $259.99 Canadian. I know that to be true because I've seen these basses at Long & McQuaid and online. I know that these are really cool. There's lots of reviews on these. Check it out. They sound and play great. And this person is looking for only $185 for this mint condition candy red Jaguar bass. Doesn't look like there's a scratch on it, guys, and there's a tuner if you want. But this just looks like a really fantastic bass at $185. And again, it's in that vintage modified series that is only going to go up in value. These things look and sound fantastic. I would jump on this bass today if I didn't already have one. This is just a really great deal and a great find online. Alright guys, I'm almost done this video. I'm glad that you watched. Thank you so much for paying attention and for watching. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be bringing you lots more videos like this. And I wanted to show you one more guitar that I thought was really unique. It's another modded one that I found on Facebook Marketplace. And this is a parts caster. Can't really tell what brand this is. But again, this guitar is has upgraded pickups in it. It's got made in USA EMG pickups. It says that can withstand a massive beating and grinding. So really cool metal hard rock guitar here. And interesting parts. Looks like the neck is different. The finish is this roughed up kind of gold color. Really unique that this person put together. Looks like it's in decent condition. And there's tons of pictures. It's missing a backplate there, but you can pick that up for, you know, $20 or less. And just tons of pictures. This person put a lot of work into this guitar. And the EMG pickups, guys, that's what does it for me. Looks like it's got upgraded control knobs as well. And this one's going for $550. Now, I think $550 Canadian, that might be a little bit much depending on sort of what the body of the guitar actually is. You'd want to inquire a little bit more and ask questions and dig a little bit. But, you know, these pickups, they've got to be at least $200 for this set. So, I mean, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck for this guitar. And $550, maybe a bit overpriced, but you could always offer less, right? So this is just another cool modded guitar that I found, and a great deal for beginners. Well, that's it, guys. That's all the guitars I had for you today. I was kind of looking on the lower end, trying to look at stuff that was about $350 US and less. And I hope you got something out of this video. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Drop down to the description below for all of the links to all of the guitars I've shown you today. And I sincerely apologize if any of them are already gone. But I hope you got something out of this video. And I'll be bringing you lots more guitar videos like this in the future. Subscribe to my channel, Not Quite Jack White. Over there I've got lots of guitar and bass tutorial and lesson videos. And cool things to check out from Green Day, Blink-182, The Used, Smashing Pumpkins, all of those awesome guitar bands. Thank you so much for watching and for your support. And until next time, rock on.